Hi guys, so just wanted to have a little one-on-one chat here, just an update of the channel. First off, Happy New Year's. I'm a day late here, but that was because of personal circumstances at home. My wife just recently gave birth to our second child, so things have been pretty hectic. Having a newborn and home again means I need a lot of time hands-on. I also have a 3-year-old child too, so it's really hard to balance everything. But there's one thing that has been overdue that I should have covered on the channel some time ago, because we hit the 100,000 subscriber milestone. That was about 6 months or something ago, but this took about 3 months to arrive. It's the silver play button from YouTube. So a big thank you to all of my subscribers, especially you guys that have been there since the beginning when my videos were very bad. I was basically just recording on a mobile phone, a Galaxy Note 3 or 4 I think it was. Then I moved to a Sony Handycam, and then the kind of setup that I have now. But anyway, thank you a lot so much for following the channel, being part of this community that we check out more budget orientated devices, so the tablets, the Atoms, the Apollo Lakes, and things that I do cover. So I will unbox this, but very quick because we all know what's inside. Okay, some nice foam padding here. There is a letter just congratulating the channel for reaching 100,000 subscribers. That is, of course, from Susan, the CEO of YouTube. And there is the little silver play button there. So that'll go on the wall, probably in my new little office. So at the moment, because my family has expanded, we're putting in a new room that's gone in downstairs, and upstairs is going to also be a new office for me that I will hopefully start recording in about 2 or 3 months, because being in this apartment here and is an additional cost, and it is really getting to me all the costs I have. The import taxes coming in on every single packet that I review. DHL stops everything. I get a lot of things stopped now, even with the free post methods. So that is a little bit difficult, and having to pay the fiber here, the power here, the rent, and then the community, which is the staircase, the lift, and all that. It's really adding up. So I'm hoping to move back to recording at home. That means I can do more outside shots as well, out in my garden in my free time. More photos of Vera for people who like to see my black and white cat, Vera. She'll feature a lot more then if I start to record back at home. So that will be the move in 2018 to go back there. But that means I've got one major problem, which is why I'm sitting here, is because internet at my house is very poor indeed. I have an upload rate of about 1 megabit per second. So uploading a 8 gigabyte review just takes like 2 days. It takes forever, and it's really almost impossible. So I'm gonna have to find a solution there. Hopefully get back maybe on 4G data plan, an unlimited one. I'm trying to find one. They tend to limit you to about 200 gigabytes, but I'll find a solution to that problem. So the changes in the channel for 2018, nothing. I want to keep things exactly the same. In fact, I'm really here and doing this video to just come out with a couple of promises too for the channel, that I see a trend that I'm not liking at all in a lot of the big channels in YouTube, that a lot of them to me seem to be just pushing brands. So the reviews they do, some of them are really good. I'm not trying to criticize, I'm not mentioning any names, but what happens is a lot of them seem like advertisements, don't they? I mean, come on, let's be honest here. A review that's 4 or 5 minutes, it hardly gives you any real details. They don't really cover any cons. It's a super positive, glowing, pre-release review of a product. And a lot of tech channels as well are pushing brands. So for example, they've got a certain skin brand on a mobile phone. If that's featured in a video for 30 seconds and they put the link in the description, they get a huge paycheck. So my promise is no sponsored videos, no selling out. I don't want to be a part of that. I'm not selling my soul. It's not worth it for me to sell out for a $200 US phone. I mean, what do I really gain in the end? Because I need the trust of everyone. So that's why I want to make that promise, and no sponsored videos, even though financially that would really help out a lot. I know I've had some offers, some of them have been very generous, just to put a short 10-minute clip at the start of the video in, but I don't like that, because I don't want to start with that trend. I don't want to end up like some big YouTubers that end up having 4 cut sequences, 4 edits in the video of their own personal advertisements from sponsors. To me, that's terrible. So that's something I never want to get into and never want to do, even if it means struggling. And the worst case scenario, if I'm not having fun and I'm not making any money, this channel is not about making money, by the way, then I guess I would just have to call it quits then when it comes to that point. But hopefully that won't happen. So the other thing is, what I don't do either is I don't push links. I see a lot of people saying, oh, make sure you click and use my affiliate link. Now that is all up to you guys. As you see in most of my videos, I will have affiliate links. They're going to be from Banggood, they're going to be from GearBest, a few other Chinese retailers. And that doesn't necessarily mean I get free review units from them. A lot of the tech that I review, for example, the Xiaomi Redmi 5 Plus that I got really quick, is because I order that from China myself. And using those links, if you did want to buy something, then that gives me a little bit of commission back to help cover that cost. Because I've got the cost of the unit, I've got the cost of input taxes on everything here in Spain is 21%. And at times it's been quite unbearable because it would be like 400 euros I've needed to pay in taxes alone. Then the cost of this apartment and everything, it builds up a little bit. But I still don't want to be one of those guys that go, hey, use my link. No, none of that there. So the direction of the channel, not going to change. I'm going to keep with the same style. Just a couple of questions. A lot of people ask me, why did I start the channel? Well, what really happened in the beginning is my own frustration on the reviews out there that I saw. So I bought I think it was called a WinPan or a WinPan pad, or a Voyo A1. And I read this review that painted it out to be quite good, a perfect tablet really for the price. And when I got it, the touchscreen was really bad. I mean, one of those touchscreens, even though it's capacitive, you had to push really hard to make it to register touch. I read the review and I looked into it, and I saw the photos that were reviewed were really like press images. So this website reviewing that tech did not actually own that tablet or have ever used it. They're using photos that the manufacturer probably sent them. So the manufacturer, what happens with some Chinese companies, so they go, hey, here we go, here's 10 really nice looking photos of the product. We'll pay you 200 US to these websites. Write us a review praising it, and you can use as well your affiliate link. And I saw a lot of other reviews as well that were out there. They're from AliExpress sellers. They're from sellers. You can never ever trust a review from someone that has their own store or they are a seller, because of course it's going to be positive. They want to sell that item. They want to make money. And I saw a lot of this happening, and that's why I started the channel. That's why I started the website. I wanted to get honest reviews. So I've had a few lemons. I try to choose the more, what I think is going to be decent tech. But sometimes, of course, you're going to get a lemon. And if you follow the channel, you'll see there have been quite a few lemons that have come through. Some tech that has just been very poor. And I've looked at it and go, hey, look, this Voyo, the VBook version 3, the screen's dull, the keyboard's horrible. And that's what reviews to me need to be. A review must point out the cons. It can't be these pretty reviews that you see now on YouTube with a $25,000 camera setup, an editor, lighting. The production values and things are really, really good. But at the end of the day, it seems to me, personally, more like an advertisement, because you get a so-called review that's only about 4 to 5 minutes. It doesn't cover a lot of areas. But the main thing is, they don't tell you the full cons. They don't even list them. And that, to me, is not on. But they're really just selling it, aren't they? It's more like an advertisement, especially when you get reviews that come through that are pre-release reviews. So, for example, like the OnePlus 5T is a fantastic phone. But a lot of those reviews came out like a week or two before the actual phone came out. And they were also pushing a certain skin brand in there that paid them. OnePlus 5T probably paid them for the review. You kind of get the idea that that's a trend that I don't like at all that's happening at the moment, but it's just the way it is. The big guys get bigger, the smaller channels like myself and even the guys starting out, it is really hard to compete with that. But I'm not too worried about that, because to me, I just want to get a decent quality with the camera. I don't have to have super fancy outdoor shots all the time. Now and then I do that, but of course if I'm shooting more at home later on, then I will be able to get some natural light shots of the tech, which I do like, so you can get a really good look at it. And that's the main thing really there with the channel. So I'm looking forward to 2018. We're going to have the Gemini Lake, which is the successor to the Apollo Lake. There were some fantastic laptops that came out, really good value for money. And that is what this channel is, to me, is to try and find those deals. So you can get for $219 US a very decent package. You get the 1080p panel, you get good battery life, good keyboard, good build. And you compare that to the brands that are selling locally, especially here in Europe, you'll find HP or Acer have something with an even worse screen in it. It'll just be 1368 by a 768 resolution, and it's a TN panel, it's not even IPS. It has a spindle hard drive in there and an even poorer spec, and they're charging more for it. So that's what I like to find, those real good deals there in the channel. So that will continue. I'll be reviewing the newer mobile phones, the new Xiaomi tech as well, the new Snapdragon 845 when that comes out. I'm hoping that this year we're going to see the return of the dual boot tablets. I would absolutely love that, because now we've got Windows ARM. I'm hoping to see Windows ARM side by side with Android 8 on a tablet running, say, Snapdragon 835 or the 845. I think it's possible, but whether manufacturers will do that or not is another thing. It could be issues with licensing as well, because what happened, we had the dual boots with the Atoms, but then we moved over to the Apollo Lake. Intel stopped support of Android, so that's why we didn't get any more dual boots, which is a real shame, because you had so much value for money, didn't you, in that tech, especially with the likes of the TechTablets. They had the X98 series. The Air 3G was a fantastic tablet, iPad screen on it. It had enough RAM and power, Android and Windows, and also the SIM card slot, and it was selling for, I think, for about 180 US. It was just great. So I'm hoping to find those deals again in 2018. Thank you so much for watching this little clip here. I've rambled on enough, but thanks a lot, and stick around in the channel. Bye for now.